Welcome, students. We're looking at our third poem, Sonnet 16 by William Shakespeare. And I'm going to provide you with help so that you can do your analysis of how the literary devices in the poem deliver. Again, we need to hold on to our thesis statement because that is the anchor that we're going to use for pivoting our essay development. And so we say, Shakespeare's sonnet delivers a strange defining of ideal love. And we keep that as our topic sentence number one, our thesis statement, and we're going to make it turn into gold. Notice we didn't say the theme of this poem is love. That's way too childish for this level. So you need to be able to articulate a thesis statement. All right? So now, the devices that deliver this defining of love, we'll say that Shakespeare's sonnet delivers that defining of love using 14 lines organized in quatrains, 3 of them, 4 threes, and then it culminates with the rhyming couplet. And that suggests to us that there are probably 3 levels in the defining of ideal love: a first, a second, and a third. And so we could see the poem presenting us with an argument, a position regarding what love is. The first stanza takes a position, the second stanza develops, the third stanza develops, and the final 2 lines, they clinch the argument. And so, yes, the sonnet form is a rigid, tight structure. And so in the first quatrain, we've got metaphor of love. Love being defined as what it is not. And for the purpose of explaining to you, sometimes there are concepts that are hard for us to define, and it's quite okay to define it by what it is not. And so I might have said to someone once, someone who asked me, what is it you think you're going to be happy with in a man? What is it that you're looking for in love? And my answer is, maybe I'm not sure. Love is a difficult thing to define. But I'm sure what I do not want. I'm probably sure about what love is not, even if I'm not sure about what it is. And so there you've got Shakespeare doing the defining by stating what it is not. First, he gives a biblical allusion that takes you back to the defining of love in, I think it might be 1 Corinthians 13, not sure. But you should go check it out. Don't take everything that I say as gospel. I'm inclined to mix things up. And so, let me nod to the marriage of true minds, admit impediments. That's a very strong statement. And the reference goes back to a biblical allusion. So whenever 2 people are going to be married and they're at the altar, the priest says or the pastor says, is there anyone who has just reason why these 2 people should not be joined together in a holy matrimony? You must now speak. And there's a pause, given a chance for people to say what their objections are. And so this first statement in the sonnet declares that I have no objections to the marriage of true minds. I'm not going to admit any impediments to two people who truly love each other. And after that broad statement as introduction, now you get love defined by what it is not. In poetry, it's called inversion. So look for inversion in your glossary of literary terms and you'll see what's happening with that device. Love is not one. It's not something that alters when it finds alteration. And though Shakespeare's language is dense, it's a very simple meaning. Alter and alteration. Alter meaning you change your mind. And so what is love? Love is not love that's going to change when the other person changes his mind. So if I find that you have changed, it means that if I love you, I'm going to just stay right there unmoved. Second, there's another metaphor. The first one that said alters and alteration, it's probably a tailor-made metaphor. So if you got clothes that don't fit anymore and you'd like to wear them, you take them to the tailor or the seamstress and you ask that it be altered so that it could fit. Well, this poem says that doesn't work for love at all. Next, love is not love which bends with the remover to remove. And so here you're having benchmarks. If this is what love is, if one becomes the remover, the other one must stay fixed. And so there you have your metaphors. And in line 5, the beginning of the new stanza takes the measuring of love to another level. The metaphor now says, love is an ever-fixed mark that looks on tempests and is never shaken. So there is some mark out there when there's a storm at sea, that's your tempest, and that mark is never shaken. For some people, I think the mark might be the... Ouch, our time is running out. That mark might be a lighthouse that stays fixed and doesn't change. It is the star to every wandering bark. Star is metaphoric here. Wandering bark is metaphoric. Wandering bark is your ship. Star to every ship. Star is that which shines and produces light and guidance. So it could be a literal star. If you want, maybe I think there's a northern star that guides navigation. And so, yes, they're navigational metaphors. And they work well for the defining of what love is versus what love is not. I'm going to skip another metaphor of what love is not. If you put love and time to run a race, love is not time's fool. So with time, you think that probably love will die But Shakespeare's sonnet says, no, love is not time's fool. Even though you look and see rosy lips and cheeks, within his bending sickle compass come, although my rosy cheeks are going to get, what must I say? They decline with age and years and time. Love is supposed to remain the same. Back to your alteration metaphor. Love alters not with time. And so love just bears it out until the edge of doom. And to wrap it up, the poem says, if my argument about what ideal love is, you don't believe it? You want? I could prove it. I could put myself to the test. So this couplet presents a wager. I never write anything, writ, or there's no man who has ever loved. If you think I'm wrong, then 1, consider that I never wrote anything. 2, consider that no man has ever loved. So I've worked through some of the devices. I can't do them all. You must do some of them for yourself. And they're also on the internet.